Wait, let me tune my laptop.
Okay, how about now? Is this better? Can you hear it now? Is it better?
Uh, I will call you back. I will call you through my phone.
Alrighty, sure. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
So most likely, which device are you
It's
having a problem?
hello.
Hello?
Please wait a minute.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay. Sorry.
It's okay. So how are you?
I'm okay.
Alright. So how was your test? Is it a test, last time?
Last time I got a phone call. It's from a customer who was playing my cram machines.
Okay.
But it's malfunction, so I need to go help him to fix it, so he can uh keep playing.
So did you go back to Kaohsiung?
Yeah, actually, I go back to Kaohsiung every day now.
Oh, wow. That's very tiring.
Yeah, but not just only for the business, but also for my wife.
Okay.
She wanted me to go home every day so we can stay together. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. At first, I think it's exhausted and I need to spend a lot of time on traffic.
Okay.
Mm, yeah, but after these days, well, I think I can get used to it. Maybe.
I can feel her. I felt the same way before.
Oh, but it's different situation. I mean, your husband can't even go home every day because it's far from your house.
Yeah. Well, if he wants to, he could. But for you, it's just an hour, right? Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely. But if he has to build, then definitely he could just go home every day. But it's a bit expensive if that's the case. So,
Oh,
yeah.
train or bus?
Technically, it's through van.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the fastest vehicle that he could take. Um, he will take a bus going to the station, and from the station going to our place in Bulacan, he could take a
Mm-hmm.
van, and that's going to be faster compared to taking a bus.
I see.
Or bus is more, it often gets, full as early as, let's say, 7 or 8, especially if, during the weekdays. So, yeah. All right. So, um, Yeah, so that's actually, family life.
It is.
So, is she okay? Is your wife okay?
She is okay,
Mm,
and yeah, we just need to get used to our new schedule and
mhm,
our daily life.
mhm. Okay, so what time do you go back to, go to work in the morning?
Uh, I usually wake up at 6 a.m.
Mm, okay.
Then prepare myself a few minutes. Then I drive my car on about 6:30. Then it took me an hour to our company, so I will be 7:45
Mm-hmm,
or 7:30
mm-hmm,
uh, be our company.
mm-hmm.
Then I will take a nap on the car a bit until 8 a.m. Then
Wow.
enter our company.
Okay, it's like you really have to, give time for you to take a rest or nap. Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah, because I don't want to make it uh, so how to say that, too close. If I go out at 7 a.m., then it's a traffic jam.
Mm-hmm,
Then I definitely be late to our company.
mm-hmm,
So I
exactly.
still want to take some buffer.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah, it's better than early than late. And, I have this feeling if I feel late on my work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I feel in a hurry. I don't like that feeling. It's like in a hurry and then a bit nervous at the same time because you don't want it to be late.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I seldom get late too, when I was working before.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the good thing if you are working at home. You don't need to encounter the
Exactly.
the traffic jam, the busy, street, even pollution.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like I've said, online or home base is very booming right now, and um, there's a lot of people who are also getting rich and who are really expecting what was actually being offered to them when they're working on the, on a certain company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move on with our discussion. So most likely it's similar to this. So the discussion that we have here, this is more of working on a
Yeah.
company. But for the interviews, this is definitely the first stage if you're applying on a job. So even though if you're working at home, still need to undergo an online job. I mean, online interviews. Yeah, it can be videos also. However, I have applied a certain um, job or task. My task is to be a social media influencer. That's the job title, job description. And what you just need to do is to find a client. You know, it's like you will gonna offer for them to, if they have a business and they wanted that business to, it's more of like an advertisement online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so definitely if you wanted your business to be known and you wanted to like to advertise your company, then you have to pay. It's not actually for free. So that's actually my main test to find clients for our company.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like an advertisement project.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing here is that I have to use my own Facebook account and I don't want to use that. It's like it's too personal and then you're gonna use it into business. So it's like I kind of
Can't you
feel
make a fake one?
I actually have one, a second Facebook account, but I'm using my daughter's name. And, well, she told me, or my um, immediate supervisor told me that it might have it's not really negative, but for example, you're the prospect client that I've seen online, and I will send a friend request. And let's say you don't know this person, so sometimes before you accept a friend request, you will try to go over into their profile, to their Facebook account. So if your account is new, then definitely it's somewhat like the credibility of you as a um, social media influencer is not, oh, I don't know this person and they just started this account recently, so I will not accept the friend request, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what they wanted to let me know. Although it's 3 years old, that account is 3 years old, but yeah, so most likely I have a second doubt about it.
So you refuse it?
Well, technically, I will try, but I haven't started yet, although they've been asking me several times to send a report. And it's just that I'm not into it yet. Because I applied it the first week of June, and they just sent me that I passed the initial application stage, but there's no any interviews. So it's merely online. It's like a chat based on your profile, on your resume. That's it. Yeah, and then we had a simulation how you're gonna do the test. And I passed also, so supposedly I have to start last week, but I haven't started yet. So,
Okay.
so there. It's kind of funny. All right. Um, yeah. So still all kinds of job. There's still an initial interview. Yeah. So let's move on to page 4. Well, technically we will listen to a conversation of 2 interviews, but then I don't have the recording yet, so let's move on to the next part. So that's going to be on page 6.
Okay.
Can you read a letter D, please?
Match the aids with the jobs in the photos. More than one answer is possible.
Okay, again, can you read match the?
Match the aids.
Okay, so when it comes to this word, it's not aids, it's actually ads. It's like advertisement. So you read that way, yeah.
Ads. Match the aids.
Okay. So says here more than one answer is possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the number 1, it says here must have excellent computer skills. So is it a web designer, salesperson, server, teacher?
Must have excellent computer skill. I think it would be web designer.
Okay. What else?
And salesperson, not really. Teacher, it depends. And server, yeah, server.
Okay. Number 2, need a college education.
Need a college education. I think it could be teacher.
Number 3.
Need 3 years of experience. 3 years. Mm, I think server maybe.
Okay. And anything else?
No, I think any newbie can be the others.
All right. And lastly, number 4.
Must enjoy working with people. Well, it would be salesperson
Mm-hmm.
and teacher.
Okay. All right. Let's find out. So, must have excellent computer skills. I agree with you. Web designer. Definitely, you won't be a web designer if you're not really good with computers. And being a web designer, that's actually they get paid higher online, or
Oh, yeah.
web developer for some. They call it developer.
Mm.
So you're good with web designer? Do you do web design?
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Just like
mhm.
with pages.
Yeah, you're actually in demand. They need a lot of web designers.
Yeah.
And I know a friend whose cousin are web developers, and they actually get rich because of that. And
Really?
yeah,
Because he own a company?
they started their own company, and they were able to, build their own house and 2 cars because of that, being a web designer. And I said, wow, how they're doing that.
Wow, then he must very good.
Yeah, and definitely, you have to have clients, prospect customers. Even I think if you are here in the Philippines, we have this internet shop. Do you know that?
Yeah?
Yeah. So that's actually one of a business here in the Philippines. But of course, if you have a internet shop, you have to be there. There should be someone who's gonna look after the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So this web designer can create a website, or let's say, I don't know exactly what's the term for that. Um, Application, something like that. It's like an application that would, for let's say you have 10 computers, and each computer is like connected to that application. Once a certain customer started using the computer, it will start the timer. So for example, I'm customer number 1, and I'm just gonna use the computer for an hour.
Yeah.
So on the application, you could automatically calculate or see how much time did the first customer of already consume, and how much will gonna cost after using it. For example, for an hour, you have to pay, let's say, $1 for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So you mean it's kind of like a internet cafe?
yeah, something
It's
like that.
online. Yeah, okay.
So you could automatically use that application to calculate how many time each customer have consumed and how much they're gonna pay.
Mm-hmm.
So you could actually design that kind of application.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be.
so if you would be able to create an application, or it's like a web page that could connect to their own business, then definitely, you could you could charge them by using your own application or your web design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how they earn money for some web designer. So that's just an example. For some, let's say on a grocery store, they don't
Yeah.
have any applications yet, right? So you could design an application for them. So there.
I'll sell your application or your website. You help them to build their own website.
Yes, exactly. It's
I
how,
see.
it's gonna um this how how you can make their task easier, faster, and if in order for them to be more efficient also.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you
But I
have.
think it's kind of like just like I don't know you in your country, just like Amazon or uh, Yahoo, they have their own online shop, and
Mm,
you can just apply an account, then you can sell anything there.
most likely, yeah, Amazon or eBay.
Yeah, eBay.
Yeah, I've worked with eBay also before. Yes. Um, but Amazon and eBay, these are actually very huge. I don't know if these are directly company. Um, for China, they have the Shopee.
Yeah,
We already have Shopee here, also here in the Philippines.
really is popular in Taiwan.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's also popular here, also in the Philippines. But I think that's 2 years ago when it just started, and there's still very few sellers and buyers, so the items are still cheap. Free shipping is also very, I'm addicted to it before, but since it's already popular and free shipping is no longer being offered that much, I've
Yeah, it's
started.
totally the same situation in Taiwan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of applications that you could actually use.
Mm-hmm.
But Shopee, that's actually one of the famous application shopping online.
Yeah.
Okay, but those are bigger web design. But the one that
Mhm.
I'm referring to, which is just a small, like a program that you could sell it to us, just a regular or small time business owners.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, for example, I'm a client, then you are the web designer, and hi Sean, I wanted you to create me an application wherein what other example can I give? We'll just go back to the internet cafe. It's a site wherein I have this customer who will use my computer, let's say, an unlimited time. So I
Mm-hmm.
want you to add on that application how many hours he consumed and the equivalent of the amount of money the customer will pay. In that way, it's easier for me. So, customer
Oh, it's
A, yeah. Do you get my point now?
yeah. Customize any request you have.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's the term. You have to customize it. And then once customer A is done and will go to the reception or the staff, I'm I'm out. How much should I pay? And then if you're just gonna look into that customized application or design, then you could already tell. You have to pay, let's say, $100, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not referring to an Excel file because sometimes Excel file you could compute, add computations on it, but it's different. You could make your design very creative. Uh, yeah, it's like a database, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there. So web designer. What else? Server. Why did you put or why did you answer uh, for a server to be or must have an excellent computer skills?
Uh. Oh. Okay. So is it server or that kind of server? Because I think it is who is responsible for maintain the specific server. Like the server is for the website,
Uh,
for the applications.
you did not see the photo. It says here match the ads with the jobs in the photos
Oh, okay.
on page 6. Go back on page 6. You will see there a server.
Okay, okay. So
It's like
it's totally different.
well, if you're a server, yeah, it can be, but you seldom, have an access to computer. But for some restaurant, if you took a let's say you took an order, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have to input it on the computer. What
Yeah.
is the order of your customer? Just like in
Mm.
Taiwan, we've ate on a certain restaurant, and um, we went to the second floor of the restaurant, and then there's the server there. She has a very small place wherein, she could already see on the computer or on the monitor the orders of the customers.
Hmm.
So most likely, you may have computer knowledge, but it's not that really, an excellent one.
Yeah. It's not necessary.
Yeah. So it's like a monitor. You could just see it there. Oh,
Yeah.
customer this. This is their order. Customer number 1. Okay. Yeah. So I was also thinking earlier when you were answering. I knew what you're thinking.
Okay.
So there. Okay, next. Number 2, need a college education. Definitely a teacher, especially if you are teaching on a university.
Yeah.
How about the salesperson? What you think?
Salesperson. Um, because it's a wide area for salesperson. You can sales car, you can sales computer, you can sales anything else, just like sales a tour. So I think you don't really need to have a high education level
Okay,
for
so
those kind of sales skills.
so all of the examples that you've provided, being a salesperson for cars, so those examples you don't really need a college education.
Yeah, if you have patience on, for example, for a cars, you know every detail on a cars, and you like to discuss it with your customers, then you can definitely do your job well because you're really good at it.
Okay, I agree. And if you are also working on a mall, right? So
Yeah.
you're a salesperson for cosmetics. For some, they will just put their requirements or qualification. You have a pleasant personality. That's
Mhm.
it. So, okay. I just saw one of the ad here. It's like it's not really necessary that you have a college education. Sometimes you're just a high school graduate. That's okay.
Mhm.
Okay, number 3.
Need 3 years of experience. Experience.
Server.
Um, yeah, if it's for the IT things, you
Okay.
are going to manage a huge server. Yeah, you better have related experience.
I think
But
so.
for the server here,
Mm.
I don't think so.
So what do you think should be for just a server or how do you call them? What's the other term for server?
Waiter.
There we go. Yep. So let's just add that here to avoid confusion.
Uh, it should be must enjoy working with people.
I agree. I appreciate waiters who are very friendly, and
Uh-huh.
they could offer the best value for your money. It's like you could eat more and pay less.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that kind of feeling also?
Of course, if you meet a waiter who is good, who is kind, then you would have a better experience in the restaurant.
Hmm.
Yeah, in the otherwise, you would keep thinking why he behaved like that. I didn't owe him money.
Okay. But normally, what I appreciate here is that because what you see on the menu sometimes it's not everything is actually given.
Detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you could purchase or you could order a cheaper um, version.
For special.
Yeah. But for some, because this is what other restaurants is that they will not provide all the details
Yeah.
on their menu. But I appreciate waiters or server who would suggest something, which is
Because they know.
exactly. So there. Okay. So just to review, need 3 years of experience. So which one here?
Um,
So most likely we're gonna change.
Most likely web designer.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Why web designer?
Um, because compared with the others, I think it needs more professional skills, and if you have enough experience, then you can deal with any kind of request.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any kind of function, any kind of website or web application.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I agree. When it comes to web designer, yeah, experience is a must. And for some, online, they wanted to, ask an example of
Mm-hmm.
what your what you've done, yeah, or what are your projects so far that you were able to, to accomplish. So that's what some of the clients were actually looking or after if they're gonna look into your profile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then lastly, must enjoy working with people.
Mm, well, yeah, it's for salesperson and server
Hmm.
and teacher.
All right. Okay. So why teacher?
Why teacher? Because you need to work with all the students.
Okay. But there are strict teacher. Sometimes they call them uh, strict teachers.
Okay, yeah, some of them. Then, or maybe, yeah, maybe they don't need to. They don't even. They don't have to have conversation with his students.
Okay. But what do you think is the impact to the students?
Um, Maybe the students would have bad impressions on you because they would feel you as a boring teacher,
Hmm.
bored teacher.
Okay. What about if you're gonna compare it to a teacher? who loves or enjoy working with people or to their students?
Yeah, it was totally different, and just it's easier to have class with that kind of teacher
Mm-hmm.
instead of the strict one because you can feel relaxing atmosphere. How what's the vocabulary? I can't remember.
Sometimes they call it a terror teacher.
A terror.
Yeah, if a teacher is actually very strict.
You mean the terrorist terror?
Yes, it's a terror.
Okay.
We have this kind of when we were during in high school. So whenever we discussed who is your teacher, oh, she's a terror teacher. So it's like when you hear that, it's like you automatically have this feeling that you're hesitate or I don't want her to be my teacher.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I find the word atmosphere.
Atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean if you have class with a terror teacher, the class atmosphere
Mm,
is really bad.
okay. Uh, yeah, atmosphere is also okay. Let me find the environment.
The environment, okay.
Yeah, you could actually use that. The environment of the class. Sometimes it's different compared to a teacher who is very enjoyable and fun to teach with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So when when you try to apply or just right now, do you find this kind of ad still,
This kind of aid.
yeah, this ad wherein, it's added on the qualification or requirements.
You mean this for uh description?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, yeah, for computer engineer, I think the first one is the most important.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And since I uh, work for a semiconductor factory, so they would like to hire someone have related experience. So they don't need to spend time to train us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we don't need to enjoy working with people because we only be responsible for our project or a few people. I mean, we call them key users.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to communicate with them and discuss their requirements, their requests, and how to build the function can satisfy with them.
Okay. So most likely, I think 1, 2, and 3 are the most common requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4, that's just like a bonus thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a quick practice of this. So for letter E, says here, tell a partner which job do you like best and why. So let's just read this first and then afterwards let's try to create our own.
Okay.
So you're letter A and I'm letter B. Then afterwards vice versa.
I like the web designer job. I have excellent computer skills.
Really? I prefer the salesperson position. I like working with people. Okay. So you're letter, I'm letter A and you're B. So I like the web designer job. I have excellent computer skills.
Really, I prefer the salesperson position. I like working with people.
Okay. All right. So let's try to create your own. So pretty much we have examples here that is actually common to us.
Oh, so let me tell you first.
Yes, please.
Uh, uh, Actually, I thought I would be a salesperson when I was a student, but the truth is, I become a uh, I become an IT engineer after I graduated.
Seriously? Uh, well, I think we're a bit the same or similar. I prefer to become a doctor. However, being a doctor is that you have to spend a lot of money and time. But on the other hand, since I'm a teacher right now, I still love teaching. Or yeah, I love teaching with my students.
Okay.
All right. So wow, really, I didn't know that. So you wanted to be a salesperson?
Yeah, because when I was in university, I hate programming. You know,
Okay.
I think it's boring and it's difficult. I will never do that for my entire life. So
Mhm.
I don't want to be an engineer. But however, I still have my computer science master degree. So yeah, after the graduation, um, normally we should find related jobs so we can get higher pay.
Mhm.
So uh, that's how it happens. I just apply related job, so I enter the company and begin to programming. I have never imagined it would happen, but it just happened.
Okay. But how about now? Are you happy on your chosen career?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm happy with my current position, but I think I still can do it until I get my retirement because I can earn money from it. I just think it as a make money uh, behaviors.
So you're looking yourself, let's say 20 years from now, you are still working on the same company, the same career until you
Um,
retire. Is that what you mean?
I mean not exactly the same company, but I think I would still do the related job, related position. It's all about computer science because I have already have experience on it, so I can get higher pay.
Mhm.
What if I want to uh, do another another job is not really related on computer science,
Mm-hmm.
then I think yeah, it's still okay, but I can't get a same salary as right now.
I see. I get that.
So it's kind of like I can't regret it because I have already uh, chose my job for my entire life or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. You have a good point there. All right. So let's move on to the next topic then, or the next
Okay.
part. So it says here, so this is on page 10. No, page 9. So it says here, note-taking skill, writing keywords and main ideas. Can you read all of this?
When you take notes, you write only a few words and phrases about the most important point. If you try to write too much, you will miss important information. Learn to listen for the main ideas and write the key words and phrases that will help you remember them. Make two columns on your paper and label them key words and main ideas, as in the example below. As you listen, write the key words in the left column. After you listen, use the keywords to fill in additional information about the main ideas in the right column. Read this transcript from a TV news report about important job skills for university students. Many college students today do not have the basic skills needed to succeed in a full-time job after they graduate. According to a recent study, universities need to do more to prepare students for the workplace.
Okay. Can you read this one more time, Sean?
Basic
Okay, there you go. Yep, it's basic.
basic skills.
Okay, so can you continue reading?
Look at the note page below. Notice the keywords and main ideas. Keywords. Students don't have skills full-time job. Study. Universities need to prepare students. Main ideas. College students don't have skills to succeed in a full-time job after they graduate. Study. Universities need to do more to prepare students for work.
Okay, so says here you need to listen to the next part of the news report and then make two columns. So just like this. So column 1, keywords, and then the main ideas. So whenever you take notes or listen to something, are you this kind of person who just write down the keywords? Or you, as much as possible, you try to write the main ideas? Or column B?
I think I only write the keywords I get.
Okay. So you're saying that putting down the keywords is more effective rather than,
Yeah.
completing the main ideas. All right. Because for me, sometimes I had this experience. Well, technically, I have a lot of experiences when it comes to taking down notes. Let's say I use the keywords, but then I don't exactly understand or remember what is the main thought already. Do you have that kind of experience also?
Sometimes, especially when you take an exam or take a test, just like English listening when I was a student.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you can only write down a few vocabularies you get from the audio,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have enough time to understand the whole story, the whole conversation. So sometimes it's hard to get the main ideas.
Well, that's more of because you are pressured because of the time. I think
Yeah.
that's the disadvantage of it. Okay, so since we only have 3 minutes left, let's just take a look if we could try to listen it now. Okay, would you like to listen it now? Then we'll go ahead into the test.
Okay.
Let's see how good your listening skills. Um, I I forgot. What is your score again when you take TOEIC?
Uh, eight 835.
Wow, so you're almost close to the highest because the highest it's 910 to 990.
But the gold certification needs 850 or 60.
Ah,
So
so
I haven't get it.
wow, but you're almost close, right?
Yeah, it's a few years ago, 2 years ago. I doubt that if I can get the same scores right now.
Okay. So just to verify, that's for reading and listening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried taking a TOEIC for writing and
Um,
speaking?
nope, because I haven't started English online classes 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I barely have English conversation with anyone.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so do you have a speaker? Can you? So let's
Yeah.
try to listen.
Okay. Well, I think my laptop is a bit weird. I need to reboot it so I can tune the volume.
Okay, so it's fine now. We'll just have to work on this on next Monday. But
Okay.
I think I suggest if you could just do this as a homework so you have ample
Yeah,
time to listen.
I would.
Okay. Alrighty, so before we end the class tonight, do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
Okay, so let's call it tonight then. Then you have a great evening, Sean.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night too. Bye now.